Jack of all trades, master of none. It's a phrase normally applied negatively, the perception of quality spread thin and not excelling in any single element. But in the case of Sega Extreme Sports, it proves more complementary. Mashing several disciplines of sports into a racer, while also mixing enjoyable track design and a lively personality, it proves an enjoyable time for those yearning for some extreme sports thrills. While some noticeable issues may dampen the fun at points, those who can overlook these issues will find Innerloop's effort is a decent addition to your Dreamcast library. Extreme Sports attempts to plant several event types into racing. Rather than split these into separate events, each course sees a mix of these to form a sprint track. After selecting one of 4 characters, you can enter a track which takes place on a real-world locale. From the Himalayas to Maui Island, each sees you competing with the remaining 3 characters, while also dealing with a timer which is refilled with checkpoints. Character selection is more superficial, as they all play identically and just come with different taunts and nationalities. There are also no unlockable characters to add to the quartet. That being said, there's still a likeable personality to this one, with a cheery announcer that adds charm. There are 6 sports in total here. The main crux of racing comes from ATV, snowboarding and mountain biking. Mountain biking is probably the highlight, with a stamina system encouraging careful use of the acceleration. But each handles well for the most part, though ATV physics can feel a touch quirky, and snowboarding can suffer from stiff steering. You can perform a quick start by tapping the acceleration just after the countdown, as well as performing tricks if you get enough air to earn more boost. There are also 3 more sports which focus on aerial movement. Bungee jumping sees you trying to latch on to iron bars, sky surfing sees you diving towards a target, and speed gliding sees you attached to a plane with speed boosts gifted for hitting blue balloons. They serve as decent distractions, though these are usually the shortest parts of the race. Lastly, between each discipline, you must transition to the next with a frantic mashing of the A button, speeding you up. Everything works as intended, even if no gameplay type is particularly deep. It's more so how Innerloop pieced these together, with excellent track design which helps extreme sports remain fun. There are 12 tracks in all, spread across 3 difficulty modes. Not only does the AI become more competitive on higher levels, but races get longer, with additional sports added. So while you do revisit locations multiple times, they feel different enough across each difficulty. Tracks are spacious and offer some fun potential for shortcuts, such as a later trek to Scotland, which allows you to bypass a chunk of the course by taking a certain turn. It's worth exploring thoroughly, as a token stashed in each level unlocks bonus stages. These time-based challenges are great fun, testing your endurance and direction skills without the constraints of competing against AI. Interestingly, 2 challenges required access to online functionality, perhaps making this an early example of downloadable content lost to time, but there's still plenty to access.
Game over!
The roster of modes is decently sized. Championship sees you attempting a gauntlet of races against AI, with each difficulty completion unlocking the next. It can be tough going, as the AI is prone to some rubber banding, but you can still win the championship while losing one event, as victory is tallied on your medals earned individually. It can be frustrating to fail due to landing a jump outside the zone, but you do get free continues in that circumstance too. Single track, which is playable with a second person, lets you race on individual tracks unlocked from the aforementioned mode. Time trial and practice are both pretty self-explanatory, but prove handy for practicing tracks before taking them on in Championship, as half the battle is knowing what event is coming next. You can also unlock a Pro mode, which makes the AI even harder. You're looking at around 10 hours to polish everything up. Sega Extreme Sports isn't great on the visual front, sadly. Characters look decent enough, with them changing attire depending on the temperature of the race locale, which is a cool touch. Tracks look large and benefit from solid lighting, sometimes resulting in glare as you drive towards the sun. But this one has a hard time with draw distance, seeing textures warp into position as you approach, which can prove very distracting. Performance is also shaky, with some areas dropping noticeable slowdown, which can affect input, though it's not too common. It's a shame, as a razor-fast performance could have aided gameplay. The sound side is much stronger, as the aforementioned taunts and announcer calls feel cheesy and over the top, but welcome, and effects all sound crisp and well done. The music side is particularly fantastic, with electronic tunes licensed from Ninja Tunes, which captures the zeitgeist of early 2000s sports well, and is very catchy. Donkey Kong, Atomic Moog 2000 and Bridge all fit like a glove. Sega Extreme Sports is a solid racer, bundling several sports into an enjoyable package and fitting into the arcade-centric library of this 6th gen console. Great level design, decent mechanics, and a lively personality make for good fun. It is a bit visually ropey, and parts of each element can suffer under serious scrutiny. But those looking for a good racer with no frills action would do well to add this one to their collection. There's a good deal of content to explore, plenty of airtime to be had, and fun to seek out with this one.